Some things in life are a bit scary. Life should be all about living. When opportunity knocks, or in this case, drops through a letterbox, you've got two choices. Play it safe, or say, screw it. And off he goes into the great unknown. Sometimes scary can be fun, right? But every now and then, an opportunity arises that, let's just say, isn't for everyone.
Ooh, hello. First time.
Yeah.
Don't stare around all day. Come on.
Welcome to the club. It's not what you think, it's better. Pineapple, the freshest way to trade.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to our Friday edition of the Pineapple AMA. Just myself today. Tom has left me to it, but I've got our senior product manager on with me today, Kev. We're going to be talking to you about what we've been doing from a dev perspective at Pineapple over the last the last couple of weeks. We do generally do a dev update on a Friday, whether that be a smaller update or we're going to be doing more of these AMAs coming up. So we'll have plenty of chance to relay to you guys what's been going on sort of on the dev side and the tech side of Pineapple, which is really cool. Just to remind new viewers, if you haven't seen this before, we are Pineapple and we are more than just a DEX. We did start off building a product as a DEX, but the Pineapple ecosystem has evolved into far more than just a DEX. At this point, we've expanded. We've got the PAPPLE token, which unlocks staking, and users can stake with us, which then allows them to access Pineapple Express, which is a launch pad or more of an incubation platform that allows new founders of new crypto projects to access a route to TGE effectively. And then we've got JuiceBot, which is a Telegram bot, brilliant tool for connecting communities and for management of communities within a Telegram community that then links to things like the DEX. And we'll have to go into it, and we'll have to check out the website for more information, really. But it's an ecosystem of products that work together in a really harmonious way. And from a marketing perspective, we've been extremely busy over the last couple of weeks and months. We've had our name in lights in New York, and we've been doing some real world partnerships with athletes from around the world, and it's been a phenomenal couple of weeks. Really, we've been doing some exceptional stuff. But the main event for today is going to be Kev, and this is, as I mentioned, Kev is our senior product manager, who leads up all the dev team. Kev sort of is the manager of all of the devs, and he is going to talk to us today about our individual products and go into them in a bit more depth to sort of give you guys an idea of where we are with everything on that. So without further ado, Kev, one of the things that we've been working on a lot at the moment, and we've had a couple of meetings about this morning, have been the version 2 of the JuiceBot, which is the live version, effectively the version that's going to be the user version to anyone without prior knowledge of what's been going on. So can you tell us a bit more about what has been happening with JuiceBot, please?
Sure, absolutely. So as the community, as you probably know, JuiceBot really is a cornerstone of our ecosystem as a whole. It's like acts as a sort of gateway to get people, familiar with Pineapple. It brings users onto the DEX, and we hear you, and we know that there have been like a couple of small issues with it, maybe like a notification being dropped once in a while, or something gets stuck, and we've decided that JuiceSpot is more than deserving of a rebuild at this point. So we have a dedicated team now on JuiceSpot focusing on fully modernizing the architecture that will solve all of the small issues that may have arisen in the current state. So it'll get a full refresh. It'll be basically re-implemented in the most modern way possible, and that will allow us to really provide you with a product that is first of all deserving of the Pineapple name, and give the users a full one-stop shop experience, which is what it's supposed to be. So the new JuiceBot will be able to scale endlessly to thousands of different Telegram groups. It will be like I said, a one-stop shop solution for everything that a community might need in a Telegram bot. So you're not going to have to install 5 different ones that do different things. We want to really make this product a one-stop shop for a crypto community, and we're very excited about that. Like I said, we have a dedicated development team solely focused on rebuilding it, and we're also ensuring that we're not going to lose any functionality during the process. So everything that is there will remain intact, and will sort of slowly shift over to the more modern architecture to accommodate all the requirements that are
Yeah, and
required.
I think it's worth saying that there wasn't particularly anything wrong with the original
No,
version.
no.
But it's what you guys are doing, and from what I get from our perspective, is that you just want to push it further and further, and in order to do that, you just need to sort of have it set up in a different way. Is that kind of the way you'd sort of see it?
100% correct. JuiceBot is perfect for what it does now, but as we're growing as a community, more and more users are using it. We have it's sort of necessary to give it some love now to 100% ensure that for the users everything will run smoothly as we progress, as the community grows.
Yeah, sounds great. And one of the beauties of the JuiceBot is that it feeds users into the DEX. Have you sort of had any more updates on that? Is that where you're at with it in the moment? Are we is that obviously that is the function of JuiceBot, isn't it? It's to drive that DEX traffic back. So a community, for instance, a new community would have their token, and their token goes live, and then their JuiceBot would then link their community, or link the token to their community. Is that what we're building?
Yeah, that's 100% correct. The JuiceBot, will link users to the DEX. The groups can configure by notification. So every time a token is purchased, your token is purchased, the group will receive a notification. Those are of course fully configurable, and you can straight away from Telegram hop onto the DEX, interact with the DEX, buy the token. Exactly.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. And what sort of I mean, for stakers, then what benefits does that kind of have, more other than I suppose it's just the fact that we will then be generating more revenue back through the system. I guess with that there's no sort of direct use, but then again, staking will be a link. You'll be able to link directly to staking as well, won't you? From the JuiceBots from a command.
That is correct. Also, yeah, we're also working on staking notifications as well. So groups can receive a notification every time somebody's staked. Those are of course then linked to the staking portal. But I think the main value for stakers or for community members is the fact that it creates so much exposure to our ecosystem by having JuiceBot in communities, and by offering this product, a very good product to communities, it sort of enhances the entire ecosystem effect as a whole, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, and I think it's again worth noting that Pineapple is an ecosystem, and this is kind of how the elements tie together, because you come into Express as a launchpad project, and that project then allows you to you benefit from the juice bot. So the community, you start up as a project on Pineapple Express. You then can utilize the juice bot, which then sends your users back to our decks, which is great for the user. So their community is in a sort of loop of they can use it, and by our benefit is that traffic then comes back to our decks and the trading comes back to us. So as an exchange, then we get the traffic and we get the benefits from that. So it grows our ecosystem and it helps grow other ecosystems, which is really cool. So yeah, Pineapple Express, as I've mentioned, we have a launch imminent in the next week or so. This is going to be a project which I can't mention at the moment, but yeah, it's a real utility project that it's quite an interesting thing, really. We've been having communications in the chat, and it's a real world application that they're tokenizing effectively. I can't really go into any more detail than that at the moment. But this is going to be our first launch, and we are expecting to launch it in the coming weeks. So stay tuned for that one. It's going to be a big product. Hopefully, it'll be something that we can really get on board with, and hopefully it'll drive traffic and it'll drive usage to a really deserving kind of community. Hopefully. So Dex, Kev, what's the latest with the Dex? There's a lot going on from what I can tell with the exchange.
There's a lot going on with the Dex. Yeah, I mean, we're working nights and weekends to ship as much as quickly as possible. And yeah, where the dev team really is grinding hard to make this product what it should be. I mean, it's we're progressing very nicely. What we're currently working on is we want to make it as easy as possible for users to interact with the decks. So I can't spill the beans too much, but some users, might not be as crypto versed as others. So we want to allow users to, instead of having or needing a MetaMask where you need your private key and you need to write it down on a piece of paper or whatever and follow the whole standard crypto process, we want to be able to onboard users very quickly with social logins. So we're working on providing that as an option if a user, say, doesn't have a MetaMask or is not familiar with the whole sort of process. In the future, or in the very near future, you will be able to log in with your Gmail or your Twitter or whatever. A wallet will be provided for you. And we're also working on making a very seamless on-ramp process during that. So we try to abstract away the whole crypto interaction process if you don't want it. Obviously, it will still be there for the diehard crypto fans that are familiar with it all. But this opens up an avenue for new users that might not be familiar with all of that, but still want to, dabble in a DEX or play around with the crypto ecosystem. We believe that that's a very, very good way to onboard new users into our ecosystem and crypto as a whole, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, of course, that's always been our ethos at Pineapple is to be the DEX of the masses, and we are building everything we do around users that are, well, as our previous campaign, you can teach your granny to use crypto, or even grannies using crypto, I think is sort of testament to the fact that we're building this to be, it's going to be an advanced product that has juiced mode, which is as technical as trading, as technical as you want trading to be, but also we're really going hard on the element of new users and talking people. How many times have you had a conversation with someone and you say, oh yeah, buy this, and get in, they want to get into crypto, you're trying to tell them to do it and they just end up losing the will to live, and they just go, no, I can't be asked to do it, can you do it for me? It's such a common story. It resonates through everyone in the team has got that experience. Anyone who works in crypto or has any interest in it, I'm sure can understand that.
You are 100% correct. Yeah, and that's exactly what we're trying to solve. So if you have a Gmail account and a credit card, you will be able to interact with Pineapple without any of that stuff if you don't want it.
That's
So yeah, you're
music
correct.
to a lot of people's ears, I think. So yeah, tell us a bit more about juice mode, because juice mode is we have two modes with the decks. If people don't know, there's juice and juice mode is the advanced trading element of that.
Exactly.
So what's the latest on that?
Yeah, so we have fresh mode, which is a very simple swap interface that people are maybe familiar with from other dexes,
Which is what Dex Lite is at the moment, isn't it?
which
That's the
is what
same.
Dex Lite is.
Yeah.
That is live. You can obviously use it today if you want to. That's fresh mode, and we're working on juiced mode, which will provide advanced trading features for those who are looking to do that. So we're talking about limit orders. You can place, any sort of strike price for limit orders. Those are all on chain. Those will be filled automatically, just like your limit orders work. We will also provide what is called our token slicing, so that for every token that you're trading, we're working with, like I said, I don't want to spill too many beans, but we're working with a couple of very interesting partners here to provide you full token breakdowns for each token that you might be trading. So you'll get an overview of market cap, bubble maps, everything that might be interesting, security scores that might be interesting to someone who's buying a token. We will provide that right on our platform if you want to see it, and that allows the user to really dive deep if they wanted to. Yeah, those are the two features that are coming very soon. Obviously, juice mode is even more than that too. We're working on custom charting solutions, so you can see, you can draw your lines if you're into that, place your limit orders directly. So it's really going to be a one-stop shop, everything that anybody would need, from Granny who maybe wants to buy a token with her credit card, to advanced traders that really want to go really in depth with technical analysis, token breakdown, limit orders. They have their ranges that they trade. Whatever it is, whatever you want to do on a crypto platform, that's what we are working on providing for you guys.
That does sound like a really cool. I mean, as a crypto user, that sounds like something that you personally would I'd really like to use, which is great, and that is what we're driving the product to be. But yeah, so token slice is effectively the DYOR of it's that area where you can understand the project and look more in depth into what you're investing in, and you don't have to go around the internet and look through YouTube channels, and I'm sure you're all the same, where you just go on social media and look at what's hot, but you can just go onto the platform and the information is right there for you, which is fantastic, really. So yeah, I think we've gone over. I'm just referring to our list of what we've been going over here. Is there any more back-end upgrades you need to go over there, Kev, or is that pretty much covered it?
I mean, there's obviously, to make this happen, there's a lot of technical stuff behind the scenes that also needs taken care of, that might not be, super sexy to market, but we're also working very hard to make this a scalable solution that, is reliable and robust and works. So on the back end side of things, we're doing some heavy architecture improvements, making sure that everything works properly. And yeah, we're also integrating some more trading functionality to the router. I don't know if that's allowed. I think I can share it. We're ensuring that you guys will always get the best price when you're swapping on Pineapple. No matter where you could go in the space, we will make sure that we can match that. So that's also something very exciting that's going on. So whenever you swap for a token, you'll know that you get the best price with us. And yeah, of course, these things are a lot of work. They take a lot of time, but like I said, we're working day and night, weekends, to ship as much and as quickly as possible.
Well, we do appreciate the effort on behalf of yourself and the rest of the team, and you're not joking. I know Kev's not joking when he says that we can have conversations at 1 o'clock in the morning, and we can have conversations at 11 o'clock in the morning. It's a 24-hour business.
It is a 24-hour job, pretty much.
Yeah,
Except for
it
the
is.
5-6 hours of sleep. There's nothing else. Yeah, but that's the fun part of this business as well. So
of course, yeah, it's it's the same. It's the same with us. I mean, marketing isn't much less easy, to be honest. It's
no, of course not.
Out, and we've had a couple of busy months, and we're in meetings in the mornings, and everyone's like, well, this is going to be the biggest month, and everyone keeps telling us it's going to be the biggest month, and to be honest, it's the biggest month. And I think what's coming up in August is going to be pretty spectacular. We've got real world sponsorships, and a lot of sort of from the technical side, a lot of things landing from a technical side, and yeah, some real world sponsorships that people aren't going to want to miss. It's going to bring the Pineapple brand to many people. I think Aaron Ramsey we signed recently, and a lot of fighters like Dan Chapman and certain other things I won't mention right now. But the eyeballs are coming for us this next month, I think, and yeah, we're really looking forward to rolling out all of the tech features that you guys have been working on. Is there anything else you wanted to go over, Kev? Is there any other insights that you want to talk to us about today?
For now, I think I've said everything that we're working on at least a high level, of course.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's going to want dates, but
everyone wants dates, of course.
We don't give dates. We want to get it right is the long and short of it. And I think giving dates is a silly thing to do. We really need to get these things done, and sometimes things take longer than we anticipate, and that's just the nature of any sort of development. But yeah, we can see we're moving forward, and I think hopefully from that update, everyone else can see the progress and the sort of it's like a duck, isn't it? Where they said duck is calm on the surface, but going like crazy underneath. And I think that's an analogy for us. I'm going to look over a couple of questions. I don't know if there's any questions we've got. Unfortunately, because I've been talking too much, I can't really go through all the questions today. But if anyone's got any questions that they really want to ask specifically about this, drop them in the comments or tweet them at us in the comments, and I'll do my best to sort of get back to you guys about those questions. I think it's not going to be very useful for me to go reading through a load of questions on the chat here today. We wanted to keep this as a short Friday update, which we're probably going to be doing bi-weekly, I would have thought. So tune in every other week to do this. We've got an AMA coming up next week, which you don't want to miss. It's going to be quite a big one. But let me just check my list to make sure we've gone over everything we need to cover. Looks like we have. Yep. So just one reminder, if everyone would like to just head over to the website, if you've got a minute, it is pineappledex.com. Check out the staking. Check out the staking calculator that we've got on there. We've got a website for Express that's being rebuilt at the moment. We're gonna move that on to another level soon, and yeah, we're gonna be busy in the next couple of months. So please join the Telegram community if you haven't already, and it'd be great if you guys can follow us on Twitter as well. Also YouTube, if you're on YouTube and you'd like to like and subscribe on there, that would be brilliant as well. Kev, any final words?
No, not from my side. Thank you guys for joining.
We do have a question that's popped up on the screen there, actually, but as I said, we'll cover the questions in the chat, so we'll just ignore those for now. But yeah, thanks for your time, Kev. We'll let you go back to work. We'll chain you back to the desk, and you can
yes, sir.
Carry on tapping away. Brilliant.
Yes,
Thanks, Kev. That's been brilliant, and thank you everybody for listening and tuning in today. It's been great speaking to you all, and we hopefully will catch up with you next week for an AMA, I believe, on Tuesday. So stick that one in your calendar, and we'll speak to you then. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right, fortune favours a bold, or so they say. And our man here, well, he leaped at the chance. Judging by the company he's keeping, I'd say that leap paid off nicely. Launch was a roaring success. PAPPLE shot up to 7 million market cap in record time. But don't go thinking that's the finale. Oh no, that was just the warm-up act. Limit orders, slice token insights, advanced charting, Lower fees, staking, you name it. The devs have been very busy. And if you think that's all, guess again. We're just getting started, mate. Well, seems everyone wants a piece of the action. New faces, old faces, big names. Of course they do. The real fun hasn't even begun yet. Dramatic change of scenery, innit? Our man's come a long, long way from that little invitation. But believe me, this is nowhere near the end of the story. Remember all the rumours about pineapples? Turns out the real story is far more interesting and profitable. You'll have to stay tuned for that. Pineapple. It's not what you think. It's so much better.